What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, and I'm here to share my insights of the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors, man. Salute to y'all for pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm, and do not forget to subscribe so that way you can stay tapped in to what we have coming. First things first, a lot of new visitors to the channel or viewers, you must come check out our private investment community. This is how a lot of people that, are trying to take things to the next level are learning more about crypto, by coming and tapping into this group on Facebook. We got almost 6,000 active investors in here of people that are working together, helping each other learn, and we're also sharing some of my free 99 risky plays, and we're knocking these plays out the park. Also, tap in if you would like to get into the private paid Discord as well. You can email me, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. So quickly, we're going to do, a quick Shiba Inu update, talking about something that Satoshi posted today, as well as doing some, Bitcoin technical analysis and determining, do I believe if we're going to be heading into a crypto winter. So first off, let's come take a look at the overall market real quick. And we can see that things are up almost 6% right now, 5.95%. Bitcoin is up 4% on the day to that 38,549 level. Looks like it wants to, potentially try to ease up to that 40,000 level, which is a key level for us to hold some support at. But I think we might resist off of there, and I'm gonna show y'all why in a second. So Ethereum is at $2,740, up almost 10% on the day. Y'all had a chance to grab some Ethereum very cheap. I think we would dip down to like $2,200 almost. BNB right now, and Tether is just moving, but BNB 382 up 3.6% on the day. We got Cardano up almost 4% on the day. Y'all, this is the time to start grabbing some of y'all favorite projects. Now, I do believe we're gonna have a slight pullback, shortly, but right now, if you don't understand technical analysis and how to, buy at the lowest price possible, then right now might be a time where, of course not today, might want to wait to see a red day to add to your position, because we like to buy it on the dip. But now is the time to start getting those bags ready. Remember, Ethereum was just, 600 a coin, last year, or 12, or, it went from 600 to like 1,200 like that. So y'all have to understand the history of some of these coins and go back and look at some of your favorite coins and see what their price was 1 year back. I've been in crypto since 2015. I've been knowing about it. My best friend told me about it earlier than that, around 2010, but I didn't actually buy my first Bitcoin, purchase some Bitcoin, until 2015, and I was still, paper handed in and out at that point, not knowing what it really was. But I'm familiar with what's happening right now, and I've seen this happen before. This is the low point. Now, let's take a look at SHIB real quick. Dogecoin 14%, up 4% on the day right now. SHIB is sitting at that 2172 level, holding it nicely, up 6% on the day. Let's take a closer look in at the day chart right now, and just, take a look at what we can see with some of the technicals. So our indicators, if we pull out our Bollinger Bands on the day chart, things are still trading below that middle Bollinger Band, letting us know that the price could likely pull back again, because we like to sit a little bit closer to this mid Bollinger Band that's showing some signs of wanting to break through it, so we can hold it as a support level. And also, volume is tapering off too. So with the volume pulling down like that, that means new money is not really coming in. So that shows that, the price can likely kind of fall back if some people get tired of holding, if some people hit their threshold of days that they want to hold the token for, and paper hand out of, then we'll see a lot of people begin to kind of sell off. And if we look at this wick here, this wick is kind of showing us like an arrow that it wants to push down a little bit more. It's pointing down towards the direction that it wants to go back towards, which, if we look at that to identify, is this a key area, and we line it up, it's right where our lower Bollinger Band is saying the price wants to pull back to. So it's showing that it might even once more tap around that 1617 level. Now, do I want it to do that? No, I do not. But if it does that, that is an opportunity for us that are bullish on SHIB and believe in the project long term to buy even more. And if it pushes up, then we could see resistance around that 2434 level. And right where our mid Bollinger Band is where we get this nice little wick here showing us that the price where it's likely to want to push up to. You got to pay attention to those wicks. That's what the skinny parts of the candles are called. Now, why I believe the price is likely to pull back is because if we take a look at Bitcoin and we do a little TA here and just, use, simple indicators. We look at some volume, look at our Bollinger Bands as well as RSI. We can see, and even without even looking at without even pulling these indicators out, I can already see that, that kind of looks fake right there. It looks like the price is not really going to continue to move up, because if it was really, really that bullish, it should have broke through. We should see, and not saying this is, guaranteed. This is just what's likely to happen. Nobody has a crystal ball. I'm just making assumptions. But it is pretty bullish here at the top of this, but we're seeing, doji start to form at the top of this uptrend, which is likely time for a price reversal. Notice we got this nice doji candle forming here. That means the market is agreeing that that's the price that they want to see it at. And once it's there, now we'll begin to see sellers come to take profit and push the price back down. Notice how the volume is also tapering off as well. When we see the price rising and the volume low like that, that's a sign that, we can't really trust that. That's too finicky. We want to see it, we want to see the price dropping with volume pulling back, so that way we can determine, we can look at our relative strength index, and if it's around that 35 level, we know that it's a good area to go long. If we look back here in the chart, we can see that's what happened with these guys. They got that signal. So notice how once the price dropped here and hit that, started to trade underneath that lower Bollinger Band, and we got the RSI to drop below a 35. Notice how buyers started to step back in the market and push the price back above the lower Bollinger Band. And now we may see some resistance before we see a pullback at a key support level, which our lower Bollinger Band is telling us. We're on a day chart right now. Let's take a look. Let's zoom out, and we can even use the history of the chart to determine, what's likely to happen on a bigger picture. So on a bigger picture, if we notice, we keep finding support. Let's take our Bollinger Bands off real quick. We keep finding support right around this range here. So you notice we just, just not perfectly, but we keep, every time the price bounces here, people buy. Price bounce here, people buy. Price bounces here, people buy, push it up. It did get pushed back down, but notice it held support here at that same level. People bought, price pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, came all the way back, and it's testing this level again. So I think it wants to give us, remember I called this a few months ago, I think it wants to give us that $30,000 Bitcoin again. We did just see a $32,000 Bitcoin, just under that $33,000 Bitcoin, but I think it wants to push down just a little bit further. Why? To shake new investors out. The people who just luckily perfectly timed and got in the market right now, they have to experience their first shakeout. They have to experience the market, squeezing them, trying to squeeze them out. That's what institutional money does. They basically try to wreck new investors that don't understand how the market works. They're not just going to let these people just jump in, this easily and just, make money right back up to 60K Bitcoin. It's not going to happen like that. We're going to have to see some volatility, some scary times, between this range. So I believe we should see a pullback back around to that possible 28 or 29, even $30,000 Bitcoin. If it dips even further, I see 30, but if it goes to 29 or 28, it's just even more of a buying opportunity if you ask me. Now, I don't believe it will drop too far below that point. Why? Notice here, every time it gets to that range, people buy it right up. Why? What is happening here? Institutional money refuses to let the price really drop too far under this point. Why? Because everybody knows what Bitcoin is now. Not everybody, but of course, a large percentage of the market knows what Bitcoin is, and they know how valuable it is. So they're, hoping to snag more at this price. Now, do I believe, now let's look at, let's pull out that indicator again. Let's get that Bollinger Band out again. Okay, so now I believe with the volume tapering off, the price pushing up, I believe we're at least headed back to see our lower Bollinger Band. I could see a $34,000 Bitcoin in the near future. Maybe in the next couple of days, we might start to trade down. The markets are green today, but you know, you got to think about it. You got to kind of think sometimes the opposite of what you think is going to do. Why? Because the market makers are looking at this as well and determining what retail investors are likely to do, and they want to pull the rug from underneath them. I'm not saying it's a rug pull, but they want to take money off the table. This is, you know, you have to think about it. A lot of money got pumped into the market. 50% of the money that was created, you know, ever by the Federal Reserve was just added to the supply in the last 2 years since the pandemic hit. So a lot of that money has been pumped into the markets, and all we're seeing now is institutions take this money back from noob investors or retail investors who don't understand the process, or maybe bought at all-time highs. That's what we're seeing happening right now. We got big players in the market now, but now going into, do I think we're headed into a crypto winter? My answer to that is no, and I got a couple reasons why here. You know, the last time we seen that crypto winter, well, first, what is a crypto winter? Basically, it's when money stops flowing into the market, and that's what we last seen in 2017 when we seen Bitcoin go from 20,000 all the way back down to, you know, around $3,000 eventually, and before it pumped back up to what we see happening now. And it's just not those times anymore. You know, the market at those times were, you know, filled with, you know, retail investors, people that were just brand new into the crypto space. You know, I had heard about, you know, crypto in 2010, bought my first Bitcoin in 2015, and, you know, really, you know, started to understand it more around, I would say, you know, got more serious with it around 2017, 2018-ish. And during that time, you know, we didn't really, you know, it was still kind of a hope. You know, we just got shaken out. A lot of people just got wrecked. Basically, a lot of people were getting, you know, hit with the I told you so, because you got to think Bitcoin went from 20,000 all the way down. So a lot of people, this was the first major time people seen this happen. So a lot of people, the sentiment in the market was, you know, did we mess up? Because people were taking out loans. People were, you know, borrowing money from family and friends to invest into Bitcoin, and they seen it all being taken off the table because for the first time, institutional money started to tamper with crypto or Bitcoin, and they started to short Bitcoin for the first time, which ran Bitcoin all the way down to the ground, which that low $3,000, $4,000 level, and we seen institutional money come in and snatch it up. And that's where a lot of these smart money, you know, institutions, you know, initially established their positions. Some of these exchanges, some of the ones, you know, just the OG money in crypto that, you know, really understood what that, you know, that had more money to play with, but understood, you know, at that time what was really at stake. They established their, you know, their stronghold on the game basically at that time. So you have to understand that these people have so much crypto that they can basically, in a sense, manipulate the market when they're working together. And what we're seeing is, you know, on a, you know, this is not just, you know, affecting crypto right now. This is a macro, you know, situation happening to not stocks and other assets as well. You know, everything's being adjusted and shaken around right now. So we're starting to see some of this, you know, institutional money, you know, readjust and, you know, look for different positions, and they sold off, because remember, the name of the game is to buy low, sell high. Big money, you know, if they put in, you know, a few $1 billion into something, they don't have to hodl to, you know, to the moon in order to see, you know, nice money. If they, you know, invest $3 billion into, you know, whichever asset it is, whichever crypto it is, and they get a 2x, 3x, that's enough money for them. You know, they taking that money off the table, especially if they start to see shaky economic times ahead. They're going to pull that money off the table and look somewhere else for it, and look at another area to put it that's safer. And now we're starting to see the market adjust to that, you know, to this institutional money, figuring out what's going on. So right now is just a good time to kind of, you know, keep an eye on the market, you know, sit on your hands, pay attention to what's going on, and just kind of understand that this is all a part of the game. Do not be shaken out. Do not get too fearful. Now remember, this is not financial advice. I don't have a crypto, you know, a crystal ball here, but this is just what I believe is what we're seeing. So, you know, I'm using these technical indicators to determine. We're looking at the day chart right now. It's having some resistance, it appears, at this middle Bollinger Band. Could it break through and just continue to rip up? Yes, it can. We did see some nice volume come in right here on the 31st, but what that can be is just to trick new money to buy in. Because think about it, a lot of new investors, they only understand to buy when they see it all green. They don't understand buying the dip yet. That's a concept you learn as you become a more seasoned investor. So We might see it push up a little bit to this mid Bollinger Band. Maybe we might even see right before a 39 or 39,000 or $40,000 Bitcoin before we start seeing that push off back to the downside, and then we might get that $34,000 Bitcoin. And if it doesn't hold there, then we might pull back even more to that $30,000 level before, you know, we get some major catalyst or something new to happen that will eventually push the markets up further. So, you know, let's see what else. So another statistic, you know, back in 2017 when the first crypto winter hit, there was only $5 billion in institutional money in the markets. Right now, there's over $60 billion worth of institutional money in the markets. We got players like Tesla investing in Bitcoin, Square investing in Bitcoin, Morgan Stanley, you know, JP Morgan, you know, a lot of major universities are holding some of their funds in crypto assets. Sports institutions, you know, are paying players in crypto. A lot more businesses are accepting crypto. This is just like the time when debit and credit cards first came on the scene. It's basically the same thing happening all over again. So that's all we got for this video. If y'all would like to learn how to do technical analysis and look at some of these indicators, and trust me, it goes a lot deeper than this, but I'm trying to just make this as simple as possible to understand for those new people that just came in the market, you know, how to understand this stuff. If you're ready to, you know, take it to the next level, reach out to me via email, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com, and you can go more into depth with learning, you know, how to, you know, read candlesticks, chart patterns, more indicators, you know, how to understand some fundamentals and sentiment as well, and using it all together to basically make better trades, how to know when to buy, how to know when to sell. That is all done through technical analysis. So again, reach out to me via email, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com, and that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Smash the like button if you found this video valuable, and drop a comment in the comment section on what y'all want to see next, and we are out.